Hey everybody, how we doing? Monday, weekly open. We had a trade yesterday and we took the short off the level, or the gap fill rather. So we had the M5, we had the low there. We looked for the low. We used the high as our invalidation because that was the high of the day. We got the fill. It dropped, consolidated or chopped around, went sideways, dropped again, and this is where I wanted to follow through, and it immediately bounced. Now, this is the reason I closed. That particular move there, being bid up, was the reason I closed. I thought it should have followed through then, because markets when they take when they take stops out, they don't tend to linger around here. They sort of move in the other direction and drag you further and further underwater. Um, Now, this one didn't. In this case, it didn't. Um, it broke down and then got bid up. And what it did was it hit these two lows in here. So these two lows were equal lows. It went boom, took them out, and it's gone flat ever since. Now, if we look on the CVD, we have a couple of confluences which um, support the reason we closed the trade, the short, because we have price going up and then we have CVD going down. So if you look on your CVD chart, which it's in the resources channel, you'll see there's lots of selling, but the price action is not going down, which means absorption. So um, buyers are absorbing sellers, which is bullish. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to go up 100%. Never means that. It just means currently there's loads of sell orders and the buy orders are equal and price is unable to. So there's 100 buy orders for every 100 sell orders. Price action is unable to push through support. Okay, they're unable to push the price down. So it's a completely equal amount of pressure, but a lot of selling is landing in the market. So um, I'm going to look for a long. That's why we closed the trade. Now I'm looking for a little scalp long, which we have one set up here, which is nice. So I'm going to set this one up just now. Get rid of that. Well, firstly, our targets, right? Well, I mean, firstly, our targets. Let's go and bring in the weekly levels, right? So we've still got our swing trade. We've still got our swing trade. All we're doing is trading within this range at the moment. Now, this swing is still, I think that'll still get hit, okay? But I think we might go higher first. So our two targets would be here and here. That's it. Yesterday's highs, nothing more. Maybe we push up into there, and then we come down, and then we build our long. Okay, that could be the thing. Push up, take out the shorts, drop, take out the longs, bounce. That's the current state of play. Okay, so long, short, long. But I'll put this all in the channels so you don't have to remember it, and it'll be on the video anyway. But that is where we're at currently. So I'm looking forward to this week, to be honest. We've got to expand out of this sooner or later. So at the moment, we are where we are, and this is what we have to work with. Now let's bring in weekly open. Weekly open. Which is there. Okay, now that is a bullish candle, isn't it? That is a bullish candle on the H1. Bullish closed green. So that is good news if we're long. We wanted to see that really. But now we're going to drop to the lower time frame just to get our entry, tighten up our entry, get as close as possible to our invalidation, which we now know is here. We're wrong here. If it breaks this, if it breaks this, it's just going to follow through, isn't it, at this point? It's currently being held down by the weekly open. Now, this is why it's a bit of a confusing area of price action, because you've got the CVD saying bullish, you've got high block capital liquidation levels saying for every two shorts there's one long. So the ratio of 2 to 1, which means likely short should be burnt or blown out first. Um, but as always with Bitcoin, anything can happen. It's the problem. The problem is gives off these mixed signals. At the last few months, gives off mixed signals. Hard to get a clear read on it. There's a lot of people online that I speak to, and they say just not trading it, and I can understand why they're not trading it at the moment. Now, there's the low. There's the current price action. So if you're waiting for a swing and you don't want to take the long with us now, you can simply wait for an H1 candle close above the weekly open. That would confirm some sort of a low in here, and you'd be able to long into these two highs with a target of here. Okay, so your entry could be weekly open, back test after breaking above, stop loss. Ooh, stop loss. Okay, this low, same as our low, and then your target up here. Okay, so that could be your swing. If you want to wait for a bit more confirmation, wait for it to break above the weekly open, because currently it's holding it as resistance. But I'm going to be aggressive with this entry, and I'm going to use the M5 candle here, which market broke lower, pushed up immediately, thought it should have followed through, left a big spike, filled a lot of orders. We don't know what side yet, but it's bounced off this quite nicely at the moment, and is lingering under what is considered right now as a level of resistance. Okay, so it's not rejecting here. After taking these stops here as well, pushed up, took the stops. I thought it would have gone here, and that's why I'm surprised where we are right now, because it's not broken down. It's taken stops out and it's stayed. So it couldn't have taken out enough, in my opinion, because it's still lingering around. Nobody's been dragged underwater. It's still lingering around. More confluence for the long. So I'm going to try a long in here, and my targets are going to be simply yesterday's high, the weekend's highs. Targeting where we initially had our stop loss, where I dragged it to when I pulled it down this morning to reduce the risk. So these two highs, they got placed yesterday. They're going to be the targets, and it will look something like this. Right into this high. Okay, so that's the trade. I'll post that in the channel now, and we're gonna see how this does. Okay. Any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to move on to Ethereum. But nothing's changed since yesterday on a swing basis. So we wanted this to go lower. It doesn't look like it's going to go lower yet. So now we want it to go higher, then sell off, then we'll look for the swing trade. Now, if too many shorts have piled in, it should squeeze from here. So let's hope for the best. If no questions, I'll move on to Ethereum. Again, Ethereum, I'm glad we didn't take Ethereum, because I was toyed with the idea yesterday of taking it, but it would have never filled the same order. So currently, I mean, there's nothing really to talk about here. I wonder where the weekly open is. I mean, volatility is going to need to enter the market sooner or later, right? I mean, This is kind of above the weekly open, isn't it? So that's interesting because it's taking out a low over here, and it is early in the week. So look, it doesn't matter. We're not looking for any long-term trends, but it broke the low, broke the high. Here was the high that created the low. So we had here was the high that created the low, and it broke it. Okay, and then it's continued breaking it, and now it's dropped in, taking these lows out. It's pushed back it's above the weekly open now. Is this going to hold? If so, it'll be looking for liquidity, which is resting at all these highs, including today's high, that swing high yesterday, and then, I mean, I don't know, is it going to go that, is it going to go there, or is it going to go there? Probably that move up would be enough, because it would take Bitcoin, probably the same move is, ooh, the same move is into there. It feels like that high is a bit further away. So anyway, Ethereum, there's nothing there for me at the moment. Bitcoin is the cleaner one down here for the time being. Ether's dead for the moment. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But it's moving up nicely, look. So could be showing us some early strength. I just want us to get a nice fill. Bang, spike. I'm thinking what might happen to get us the fill will be a little run of these lows here. Because we have some liquidity down there. So what I'm hoping is the market gives us a little double confirmation, which will be a drop into there and then above. Okay, and then we'll trade away. So that's the plan. That's what I hope for. Now, if we have a look at some of these other altcoins, we might be able to get some clean setups. No. Okay. Absolutely not. No. But again, highs, highs, highs. Just a little squeeze into one of the daily highs could be enough to send it lower. Okay. So nothing for Aptos. Doge, not good enough. No, not good enough. No. God, these are bad news brown, aren't they? Hmm. I mean, it's almost came full circle, but it still looks like it's got a further downside into there. Now, if it pushes up into the gap first, I can see that being a thing. ETC, no. LTC, it's like a weird price action, huh? It's taking out the highs there, bled down, and it's weekend, so really it might not be a good idea to look today. I might want to see Monday's price action because it could reverse, and then it means we'd squeeze into there, take the highs out of the weekend, then down, because you expect this to hold. Um, this area of price here, which was where all the sell orders were filled in here, okay, and then it dropped. So if it back tested that, it could be the trade. They're all looking the same, aren't they? Just bleeding out. Risk off. Yeah, I haven't got anything here, unfortunately, lads. But at the moment, I mean, on the daily, I mean, they're going to be good to look at tomorrow for sure. But we really, really want to see we get out of today. Today is an important day because we could get. I mean, the dailies. I mean, if they're going to downtrend, right? If they're going to downtrend, even just like a bit more of a pullback, like a 50% pullback, let's say from the high. Like I don't know if we're going to see new lows. It doesn't bother me if we do or we don't. But let's say the low to the high. Okay, here was the low, here was the high. If we're going to see pullbacks, they're going to be to there. Even on a bullish correction, it'd be 50% lower or 50% pullback. So we haven't got anything, nothing's gotten away from us yet. So if we're going to get it, if we're going to get a move, a little bounce that we can sell into would be quite nice. And just looking on the daily at this one, that would be a good level to sell off. If we could push into there, because that was where the last green candle was, which pushed up, all the cells filled, and they dropped it, okay? So if we could get in there, that could be the trade on Solana. But other than this at the moment, I think we wait for today to play out and see how we do with our long on Bitcoin. Do you have any questions? Otherwise, we good. Okay. Thanks for joining. Bye bye.